everybody, Dr. Caitlin here with Fit PT. Today I'm going to take you through a really great glute and low back stretch. Many of you may know it as the figure 4 stretch or the upside down pigeon pose. However you've heard it, we're talking about the same thing. So what you may or may not need is a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap at home, you can always use a dog leash, a long rope, a long belt, a towel, something of that sort. And I'll show you what to do with this if you're someone who ends up wanting to utilize it. But for the time being, go ahead and flip down onto your back space. Set your strap to the side for now. And as you come down to lay on your back, we're going to start with stretching the right hip or the right glute. So we are going to work on external rotation, range of motion of the hip, and stretching and opening the glutes of the hip as well, the right hip. So you're going to take your right leg, you're going to cross your ankle bone or the bottom of your shin over the top of your left thigh. What I see a lot of people do is they barely get their foot on there and there's a lot of torque and tension of that ankle. So I encourage you to get kind of the bottom of the lower leg or shin instead of just the ankle itself. Now, in this position, you'll notice that your right knee is going to want to come forward towards your chest if you struggle with any sort of hip tension, which I do. So you may want to just give a little bit of a push away from that hip space, and I definitely do feel a deep internal hip stretch with that, but it's not painful. It's just a little, it's talking to me. It's a little achy, it's a little stretchy, a little uncomfortable, but not painful. So now from there, holding that position, I'm just gonna ever so slightly rock side to side. This is where I encourage all of my clients to start and just get some good movement and range of motion going through that hip, that pelvis, and that low back space. Okay, so this is level 1, layer 1 of this exercise. Okay, so for the supine figure 4. Now, if you wanna layer this up for level 2, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna curl and reach up, pull that left thigh in towards your chest, interlace your fingers, and then set your head back down as you pull that left thigh in. Now, I feel a deeper, more aggressive stretch on that right-hand side in this position, okay? But it's tolerable, it's manageable, and I'm also able to physically reach my hands around my left thigh. I have enough flexibility to do that, but I can also set my head back down. If you can't and you're hovering your head like this, you're really doing yourself a disservice. You're not really stretching to your full potential. And so one way to do that, if you're like, hey, this is great, but I want to go to level 2, but I can't do it without keeping my head lifted, that's when the strap comes into place. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your strap, place it around your thigh. Okay, we know the left thigh is going to be used here. And then I'm going to reposition my right ankle over the top, and then I can use my arms to pull my left thigh in towards my chest. So it gives you a little bit of leverage if you've got short arms, long torso, tight hips, you name it. This just makes it a little bit more comfortable. Now I add the rocking side to side with these because it just opens up the area a little bit deeper and gives you a different sensation of stretch through those tissues. A lot of your glute muscles fan throughout the hip space, kind of outward, and so this allows you to hit different muscles in different places and different ligaments, okay? So that is the supine figure 4 stretch. Obviously you could repeat this on the other side and start with layer 1 and then add the layer 2 with the rocking from there. You may notice that one leg feels different than the opposite one, and that's totally fine. Our bodies are not perfect or symmetrical in every way at all times, but it is good to take note of that. Like for me, my left hip is a lot more limited in its ability to hit those range of motion points. It feels a lot tighter to me as I'm stretching through it, so I may choose to spend a little bit more time on the left hip. If you have any sort of like front groin pinching sensations as you do this, be sure to consult with a physical therapist because that stretch may or may not be helpful for you specifically. What we're actually looking for is the ability to feel a sensation of stretch more towards the back or the side of the hip and glute. So again, this is not a one-size-fits-all. You may need some personalized consult with this if you have specific questions or that anterior hip and groin pain. But I hope that you found this all helpful. This figure 4 supine stretch is one that comes up oftentimes in my office and rehab space, as well as my fitness classes with clients. So if you like what you hear today, be sure to subscribe and follow us at Your Fit PT for more content on how to better your body.